Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is the first time you're clicking here. You may have seen by the title of this video that today I'm going to be doing a little unboxing of the bag that I purchased earlier this week, and I'm going to be talking you through my first impressions. I have the bag in its packaging here, so I haven't opened it yet, so I can do a real true first impressions as I open it and see it for the first time. I thought this might be useful if you have clicked on this video because you've had your eye on this bag for a while and wanted to find out a little bit more and see it in person, see it on a video rather than just a picture. And when I was doing my research for this bag, which I had been doing for a few weeks before purchasing, I couldn't find that many reviews and that many YouTube videos on this particular colourway and size. Basically the exact model that I wanted, I couldn't find a video of, so I thought this might be a useful addition to YouTube for people like me who are searching for that. So a little bit about the story of why I bought this. I was essentially looking for an everyday, small-ish leather bag that I could pair with basically all of the outfits in my wardrobe, so something that was going to be pretty timeless, not too trend-led, and also something that was going to be quite classic and quite minimal, that I know that I could just reach for no matter what I was wearing, which is why I went for the size and the design and the colourway of this particular bag. I had a couple of options in mind that I was trying to decide between. So I really like the Chloé bags as well, and I was considering getting their, I think it's their numero un, which is a smallish crossbody bag, quite similar in size to this one. I went for this one in the end for a number of different reasons, but I really deliberated between those two, and I had them both saved on my Pinterest board. I have a Pinterest board for my wish list, and I like to save items here before I actually go ahead and purchase them, just so I can sit on the decision for a few weeks and make sure it is the right one for me. I can also see it amongst clothes that I already own, so I can pin it to my wardrobe board, and that way I can just check that the style of the bag, the colour, is going to go with a lot of the clothes that I already own. So I did that for this bag. I also did it for the Chloé bag, and I decided to go for this one in the end. So I'm going to unbox it now. I'm going to show you how it came. I got this bag from a website I'd actually never heard of before. I don't often buy luxury or designer items, so most people have probably heard of this website, but I hadn't shopped here before. It was called 24S, and they're similar to Net-a-Porter, sites like that. They specialise in luxury and designer items, and the reason I went for it there was simply because of the price. They had the best deal. So this bag retails typically for around the £280 mark, depending on where you get it. But 24S and Farfetch both had it for £217, so they were the cheapest for a brand new version of this bag. I went with the 24S in the end just because they had a 15% discount code for first time orders, so I managed to get an extra 15% off on top of that, which meant the total for the bag was around £190. So for this particular bag, like I said, retailing at about the 280 mark, that was a pretty good deal. I was pretty happy to pay that. And the service was really, really good. So I ordered this on Friday, and it came, today's Monday, and it arrived today. So it only took a few days, especially over the weekend. The shipping was completely free, and the packaging, I went for the eco packaging, so no like frills, no bells and whistles, but they do complimentary gift wrapping if it was a gift, so that would be a nice option for that, but I thought that was wasteful just because it's only for me. I know what's coming, I don't need it to be gift wrapped. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about initially, and I'll get straight into the unboxing. So the box is branded with the 24S. But like I said, it's the kind of basic packaging. So it comes with this little card. It says my name on it, which is very nice. And I guess this is just the order confirmation, is it? Yeah, it just says merci. So I think it's a French brand or a French company. And that's the returns label if I did want to return it. So that's how the bag looks, all wrapped up in the basic packaging. And that's the dust bag. So I'll put all this to the side. I think this is just returns information if you did want to return it, and just some protective packaging. So quite nice that you get the option of that really basic minimal cardboard packaging, so there's as little waste as possible. So this is the bag in the dust bag. So as you can see, and as you know by the title, it's a bag by Chloé. It's from the See by Chloé line, so it's the Chloé's diffusion line. And I saw this bag about a month ago for the first time. I was looking for a good quality bag under kind of the £250–200 mark ideally, that I could wear every day. And I don't typically go to kind of very luxury designer brands normally. I do tend to stick to brands that are smaller, independent brands, places like Pélène, places like Cézanne, things like that. But I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for in a bag that really fit my personal style. And even with the Pélène bag, I was really tempted by it, but I just felt that it was a little bit formal, a little bit classic. I think my style is very casual, and it's quite 70s vintage inspired, and the Pélène bag was a little bit too modern, a little bit too minimal, to exactly fit my taste. So that's why I went for this one in the end, because I thought this perfectly represented my style and would go with all of my clothes. So I'll open it up for you. So this is the bag, straight out of the dust bag. So it says on the label it's made in Portugal, and this is just the 24S label that you need to keep on unless you don't want to return it. So you can see it's the name, I don't think I've mentioned the name yet. The name is the See by Chloé Hana bag, and this is in the mini size. So this is in the smallest size that they do. I believe they do a kind of standard size, maybe even a bigger one, I'm not quite sure, but they definitely do one that's about, I would say, not about 1.5 times the size of this one. This one I felt was a pretty perfect size for what I was looking for. I was actually looking for quite a small bag anyway. I didn't want something that I could fit a lot in, just because I don't carry a lot on a day-to-day basis, and I have bigger bags that I can reach for if I do need to take my laptop for work, for example, or a lot of stuff. But for everyday use where I just need my phone, my mask, my wallet, this will be absolutely fine. So it has the very traditional, very Chloé and See by Chloé ring on the front, and it's in gold, and it's got the little charms that say See by Chloé and the key hanging off as well. That's in quite a different metal colour actually. This is a very yellow kind of true gold. This is almost like a rosy gold here, so that's interesting. And then it has the branding, the See by Chloé etched into the leather. It's grained leather, it's quite soft, but it does have that texture to it, so hopefully it's going to wear fairly well. It's not going to scratch too easily compared to a very smooth leather. I can tell that this should be fairly long wearing. If I open it up, obviously it's got the crossbody strap, so it is kind of a crossbody or shoulder bag that hangs kind of at hip length. If I open it up, it's got the magnetic closure, and then obviously it has the stuffing. So I believe this is the authenticity card, so that's really useful to keep, and then the label as well. So yeah, the label just says it's made from 100% leather, the lining inside is 100% cotton, and it gives you some recommendations of how to care for the leather, which is helpful. bit of stuffing inside to keep it shaped, which is good. And then the inside of the bag is pretty basic. It's a relatively small compartment. It's lined with black cotton, and then it's just got the one kind of card holder slot that all bags typically have, with the C by Chloé branding on that as well. So yeah, that is really the gist of the bag. I will show you what it looks like on, so you can see the length of the strap. The strap is adjustable, so you will be able to adjust it to the best height for you depending on how tall you are, which is really good. It has 3 holes, so there are 3 different lengths that you can have the bag on, which I think should accommodate most people of most heights and sizes. Now I also thought I'd show you what you can realistically fit in the bag, as it is relatively small in size. So if I open it up, I'll show you the kind of things that I would carry around in my bag on a day-to-day basis and how those fit in. So I've got my phone. I've got the iPhone XS, I think, or the iPhone, some kind of iPhone 10, so a pretty standard sized phone. And that easily slips in there. A mask. Got a lipstick and a lip balm, easily go in there like that. I'd always carry around my AirPods, and that there's plenty of room left in there. If I can show you, they really easily slot in there. Now my purse is actually pretty big, so I don't think this is going to fit in there with the rest of the stuff in there as well. However, I think I'm going to invest in a card holder because I never carry cash really, and this purse is just way bigger than I need it to be. So this isn't the best representation of a typical purse, I think, because it is quite thick and quite big. I think it would fit in without the other stuff in there, but at the moment it's not going to. But you would easily be able to fit a smaller purse or a card holder and still have room for a few other bits and bobs as well. So overall, I'm really happy with this bag. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's gonna integrate perfectly into my wardrobe and just be a really good day-to-day running about bag that I can take with me most places. They do it in quite a number of different colours. Some of them are really nice, like especially for autumn, dark rich burgundies and greens, navy blue, and brighter colours as well. So it's one I'd look out for if you're interested in maybe trying Chloé as a brand, but you can't afford the proper, traditional Chloé Tess or something like that. I think this is a really good alternative, and for the price I paid of £190, that's cheaper than many Sézanne bags. It's cheaper than Pelen, it's cheaper than a lot of those kind of middle price brands, and you're actually getting a very well-known luxury designer. And I think the diffusion line from Chloé is a really good one. It looks very Chloé. I think with the ring and the charms and the design of the bag, you can immediately tell it's from Chloé, and it almost could be from the original traditional Chloé brand rather than the C by Chloé, because it is well constructed, timelessly classic in its design, and has that very signature component that makes it easily recognisable for someone who knows even just a little bit about designer brands. So would I recommend this bag? Absolutely yes. I would say shop around so you get the best price, because there is a fairly considerable price jump between, say, somewhere like John Lewis, where this is £285, and somewhere like Farfetch or 24S, where this was £217. Also have a look second hand, because I did see a few ones on Vinted and Depop that were being sold that were basically brand new. I couldn't find the black, unfortunately, which is why I bought it brand new, but there are a few different colour variations on the second-hand market, so definitely have a look there. You could get a really good deal. And they also do one, I forgot to mention, they also do one, which a lot of them are actually, that has this portion here in suede. So they do a black version, which is black leather and black suede, and they do lots of different coloured versions which tend to have the suede on as well. This is the full black leather version. I just got the black leather really, rather than the mix of the suede, because it'd be easier to care for, longer wearing. I don't have to worry about wearing it out in the rain and protecting it with spray, that kind of thing. So went for the very traditional one this time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope if this is a bag you've been searching about and researching on, that this has been useful. If you do have any questions about the bag that I haven't covered in this video, then you can just pop them in the comments below and I will get back to you with an answer if I can answer it. And yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of this bag in future styling videos. I'm really excited to style it up and show you how it can be worn. Make sure to give this video a like if you've enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I'll see you all in my next video.